so opinionated. 7-footers who made it, block shots, dunked on some of the greatest. P-Town in Carolina, in touch with the latest. Posting up on the topics, ain't no way you can stop this. Hollins and Haywood, post off the pivot, living life to live it. Tire suits are fitted, cash up, mash up, now we hook skidding. Stadium to the set, we the littest and the biggest.
How's everybody doing? We want to welcome you into the Opinionated 7-Footers podcast. I'm your main man, Ryan Hollins. That's my main dog over there, none other than Brendan Haywood. And B, we got a special guest today, man. A 9-time NFL Pro veteran, a 1-time All NFL selection, 3-time Pro Bowler dog, none other than my man, Mr. Darius Slay.
What's good? What's good?
What's good, man? We appreciate you rocking out with us, man.
I appreciate y'all letting me come on.
Man, no problem, man. Great to have, a Pro Bowler in the house, a future football legend. We can't call you a legend yet because you're still doing it, and still doing it at a very high level. But let's just jump in and just talk about your career, how it started. You started out at Mississippi State. What led you? I would like to know what led people to certain schools. What made you go to Mississippi State?
Just better opportunity, man. As a kid, I was kind of smart with this stuff, because I picked the school because I wanted to stand out more. You know what I'm saying? I had some high power schools offering me, but at a high power school, it's a lot of talent on there, and I felt like Mississippi State had a lot of talent, but not the guys that could stand out a lot more than I could. So I said, let me go here. So when you turn on the TV, you ask about what Darius Slay doing. That's the guy that Darius Slay play on. So that's why I chose Mississippi State, man. I think it was a better fit for me and to get me where I need to be at today. And it's panned out pretty well.
Hey, Slay, I got to get your story, though, man, because we all been through it. My draft day, I didn't get to walk across the stage. The NBA player, they walk across stage, shaking hand. I didn't get that experience. You know what I'm saying? So I came into the league with a chip on my shoulder. Brendan was drafted a lot higher than me. But walk me through draft day, dog. What was that like? Was it a dream come true? Can you remember it? Were you on a chip on your shoulder, like, yo, I'm better than him, and him? Like, what was draft day like, bro? And coming out of Mississippi State, you was a dog.
Right. So my draft story is crazy, man, because like I said, I only played really 1 year at Mississippi State because I came from junior college. So I did my own kind of like solid 1 year, led the SEC in picks, and so a lot of the whole time, the process, the combine and all that, everybody asking how fast I was. So I was like, I'm pretty fast, and I ended up being the fastest DB there. So then, as the day I got invited into the draft, I was excited. So during that process, man, I already knew I could have potentially slipped into the second, but I just wanted to experience that, man. We had nobody from my hometown ever to walk across the stage. I played the Madden games, get my name called in Madden. Right. So I'm like, man, I gotta make this happen. You know what I'm saying? So that encouraged me to stay the second day because a lot of guys that was there, only but me and Geno Smith stayed the second day. And it was a lot of us there, and I'm like, coming from a kid where I'm from, man, small town, Brunswick, Georgia, we don't get this opportunity. So I didn't let that pass up. So I stayed, man, the second day, and, thankful I got called early. Enjoy that moment, man. And, I did look at the guys that got drafted before me, and, we look at it now, and, so I'm like, dang, man, I'll post a big, top 10 or so, but
sure.
Hey, everything happened for a reason. I'm thankful how my journey went, and, the Lord blessed me pretty well.
Now, listen, the nickname, the moniker, Big Play Slay. So you've been making plays from the jump. Some people really haven't seen the casual fans because it's Detroit, but you're still the people that watch the games, the football buffs like myself. I'm a fantasy football nerd, just throwing it out there. So I watch way more football than I probably should.
Right.
We know you've been doing a lot from the jump. From the jump, you have been an elite corner. As an elite corner, tell me what stands out to you when you're guarding a wide receiver. Like, what do you like? Is it speed? Is it the way a guy cuts? Is it his size? What kind of, I'm not gonna say intimidates you, but what kind of gives you the most problems where you're watching film like, okay, this guy's gonna be a different type of animal. And what dude is that you think is a different type of animal?
What dude I think is a different type of animal for sure is Julio. He's a different type of animal. The difficult thing about playing corner is the guys that can make everything look one way. So if he run his route this way, he run that route that way, that route tree. Them are the hardest ones because you just don't never know. But in today's game now, how it is, a lot of guys do a lot of more dancing, a lot of more trying to be cute in the route. So now I got a lot of tell to it. So, but like guys like Julio, he basically line up and say, I'm better than you. I'm gonna get to where I need to get there before you do. And that's them the harder ones to guard to me. You know, guy that he said, I'm gonna run a dig, I'm gonna do an inside stem, and I'm gonna break inside because I'm bigger, faster, and stronger than you. And some other guys, they might try to do a lot of dancing, and none of the ones that's easy to tell. But the ones that are hard, I feel like it's the ones that make everything look one way.
So you telling me Julio got the route tree? Because some people say he only got the deep ball. So you telling me Julio got it all, fam?
Man, Julio can run. He can put his foot in the ground and stop on a down at that weight. Man, I've seen him do it too many times, you know. And he's still doing it at a high level, even at the age he is today. You know, he's still one of the best in this game right now. You know, he was hurt last year. Devontae Adams took over that king right now. So, but yeah, man, that dude is an animal. He's like a, you know, baby CJ, call him Calvin Johnson, baby Johnson.
Hey, real quick, Slay, I want to hear you talk your talk, man. Because like Brendan said, every single front office exec analyst that I spoke to when I said talk Darius Slay for me, they say he's arguably the most underrated cornerback in the game right now. He was just playing in Detroit.
Right.
I don't know none about football. I ain't seen Detroit. I ain't seen the Eagles play. All I seen was, you know, some clips of y'all getting smashed on. Like, dog, like, let me know what makes you different, what stands out, and do you feel that as a cornerback, you got to start talking your talk? Because I feel like you get more boisterous on Twitter. You're a veteran. You know, you speak well. You're like, hey, this is right, this is wrong, and now people are taking a better look at what you bring to the table.
Right. So, I mean, you know, being in Detroit, man, it's hard to be, you know, out there besides the guys that got like Megatron and make Hall of Fame and stuff like that. But yeah, I've been dominating this game for a long time, man, long time. At least easily 5 years, you know, been at the top of the game. And like I said, if I was anywhere like the year, say, Jalen Ramsey had the year he had his first Pro Bowl, all pro year. And he had like 4 picks, you know, and all that. That year, that same year, I had 8 and with 26 PBUs. And, you know, but his defense was #1 defense in the league. But if I put myself on that defense, everybody been saying Darius Slay is the best corner in the league. You know what I'm saying? If I put up my stats on that same team with that, this is Darius Slay be the best. And, you know, I ain't really care about all the credibility and all that because I'm a humble guy and I'm from the South. And, you know, I just built kind of difference, but my numbers talk. They do a lot of talking. And you know, guys who want to say, and that's what I don't like about the game nowadays. You know, the guys about being the best in this game get passed around too friendly. Everybody had one solid year. They be like, I'm the best. Then they be like, I come back again, I'm the best. And, you know, but nah. The best is from how much work you put in, how many years you been the best. You know, not just no one solid year. And that's why I ain't call myself the best, because that's my first actual Pro Bowl I had. But then I did it 3 more times. I did it 3-peat. I made a 3-peat, 3-time Pro Bowler. You know, wasn't no alternate, first ballot.
Thanks.
Shoot, I does everything a #1 corner need to do. I follow the best receiver. I ask for no help, and I go out there and go grind. Not hold them to you know, to sometimes their career lows. And it got overlooked a lot because of the fact that I was in Detroit. But man, I was really, you know, out there in my bag, and I'm still in it, and that's why I get paid the big bucks to do.
And talk your talk. And you talked about being overlooked in Detroit. And so when I was, you know, watching football, watching the story, they talked about even your own coaching staff overlooked you because Matt Patricia had a few words that you're out there working out in the offseason. This is the craziest story I've ever heard.
Right.
Normally, when players are working out with other great players in the offseason, the coach, at least from a basketball standpoint, your coaching staff loves it. We like you going against and working with the best.
Yep.
Correct.
Patricia told you that you didn't need to be working out with those guys because you weren't on their level. Please walk me through that, because the disrespect, like, you're a better man than me. See, you're a humble guy. I got a little bit of jerk to me. Because Matt Patricia, ain't no way I'm gonna make some all-pro team and my coach, who ain't never done nothing but hold Bill Belichick's clipboard, gonna tell me I don't need to be working out with the other all-pros because I ain't on their level.
Right. You know, I took it, like I said, man, like I'm a humble dude, man, very humble. So, you know, I come back in come back from training with Sherm, Talib, you know, Xavier Howard. I mean, not Xavier Howard, but Xavier Rose, all of us. So we just chilling, you know, we got, it's a brotherhood. At the end of the day, we all wear the shield. You know what I'm saying? We all wear the NFL shield. We all still brotherhood because we all represent one thing. So like me, I'm not a uppity guy. So if you do something that I like that you do, I want to learn how you do it because I want to be where you at. I want to do what you do and I want to be the best. Sean, you consider the best. To me, you was considered the best in your prime. I need to learn from y'all because I want to be the best at what I do. So that's how I'm looking at it. So they say, hey, man, we finna set up a DB camp training. So we done did it. So had great, it was great, learned a lot from the guys. So I got there the first week of training camp. And you know, we chopping it up. So Matt Patricia had I had did an interview right before you know, we had to go meet with him. They asked me about the workout. He said, man, yeah, I learned a lot from him and all that stuff and that. So they said, you know, that was after my first Pro Bowl. So he called me in the office and like, Slay, come on. I said, cool, what's up? You know, what's up, coach? He said, you know them guys, we play against them guys, you know. How you feel about Marvin Jones? Because you know, he goes against Xavier Rose twice a year. How you feel about yourself training with them? I said, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I ain't the offensive coach. I'm a defense guy. What they gonna do for me? You know what I'm saying? That's y'all playing the game plan against him. I ain't game planning against that man. So he felt a way about that. I said, that ain't got nothing to do with me, coach. So then and then he just basically, you know, we played Sherm. That's the first time Sherm was at San Fran's. We played Sherm that year, and we played Talib because it was with the Rams. We played all on three of them this year. They said, he asked me, said, you don't feel that coincidence that they all them want to work out? They don't want to pick your brain about Marvin Jones and all of that. I said, man, what kind of, who thinking like this? You know what I'm saying? Who thinking like this? I'm like, bro, I'm year 5. I'm young. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to be the best for this team. And you worry about if I'm helping them. I ain't helping nobody do nothing. So we doing that. And then he had nerve after that combo. He said, you know, you only had one good year. You're not in that class. God. I said,
that burn me up. Oh, that'll burn me up so bad.
I said, huh? I said, what did you say? I said, all right, man. You know, I said, you feel that way, coach. You know what I'm saying? You're entitled to your own opinion. So I left it at that. And we ain't talk, because I ain't talked to him and he ain't talked to me. But that's how Matt Patricia was, man. He was a guy that kind of like try to get under your skin to make you feel like, try to belittle you. You can't belittle me. So you know, so I just let that be what it was. He like to belittle the big dogs and give all the credibility to the guys that that's not fortunately that talented, as in, you know, that elite level. But yeah, but they ain't work with me.
Hey, Slay, at least he said it to your face. If I'm gonna say anything, at least he said it to your face. You know, he ain't say you ain't hear secondhand. You know.
Yeah, and that's the crazy part. I can only imagine what he say not to in my face.
Oh man, hey, Slay, I gotta ask you this, man. You just threw out one of the greatest names that we've seen in this last decade in Richard Sherman, fam. Mm-hmm. Walk me through a workout with Richard Sherman, or just something that you saw like, hold on, bro, like this dude different. I gotta get a story or something. Like, man, we walking into the workout, he doing something crazy. He just like, dog, I never approached, like KG changed my career. Right. KG would go in and meditate before games, fam. He'd be meditating in the game, and then it'd be in shoot around going ham, bro. And I'm like, dog, I don't work hard enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, what did Sherm teach you, or what did you see? Like, dog, this day he bugged me out.
So what I took from Sherman, I consider Sherman as the best fade ball receiver, as in and you don't see no fade balls getting caught on Sherman, because he picks them a lot, you know. So I said, in my game, that's why I wanted to, you know, increase. I wanted to be able to, you know, pick the fade ball. So I was like, man, how you do that, man? How you stay on top to be able to pick the fade ball? So that's why I had so many career PBUs, because I just get tried on the fade balls a lot, and I used to just knock them down. But he taught me a little technique that they learned over there in Seattle, and that keeps you up front and keep your head on, man. And boy, look here, it changed my game. You know, left and right, taking away the fade ball, picking it, and making me understand when it's the fade release and when it's really not the fade release. So I'm like, oh man, so it's like he knows it from a teeth, and man, he knows them angles so good. Like, he's not the fastest, gifted, athletic, freak of nature. But when I say he knows from angles to his technique and what he's good at, he mastered it. And that's what I went and did and elevated my game from him with that.
I love seeing that. I love seeing younger players learn from older players because all you can do is get better when you listen. I like the fact that you were receptive to that, even though you had your own credentials at that time.
Right.
You said that Sherm is the best fade ball DB. So real quick, I'm gonna put you on the spot. I'm gonna take yourself out of it. Give me the top 5 DBs in the game right now. Top 5 DBs in the game right now.
Ooh. Top 5. I go
top 5.
Ramsey.
Jalen.
Ramsey, one of them. It's no order. Ramsey, Xavier Howard. I love the Xavier Howard's game. Trey White. I say he stayed consistent.
Nice.
He been consistent for the past 3 years. So that's when you get my credibility. When you're consistent 3 years in a row, you get the credibility. So him, man. I mean, right now still Gilmore. I feel like he's still in that top race. And
that's my neighbor. He live right down the street in Charlotte.
Yeah, that's he's smooth. He's smooth.
Good
and
dude.
My last one kind of like I would go say Ward from Cleveland, but you know he had been back and forth through injuries. But he in my top 5 too. I like him.
Thanks.
I like that.
I love Ward.
That's a strong 5. That's a strong 5.
Yeah, I love Ward.
Hey Slay, I gotta hear what it's like, bro. You had a chance to play against the GOAT, and it's undisputed. We ain't got to go back and forth. Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Slay, take me through when you lined up and you looking at Tom over on that side. What was he on, man? How different is it when you in the game? Like you look like, is there a certain call or a play you could walk us through? Like, dog,
Man.
I'm looking at this, the next thing I know, it's a screenplay coming my way. Like, what was Tom Brady like? Because I know you study your film. You know your film, Slay.
So I've got a story about him, right? We right now we in Detroit 2014. We was the number 1 defense in the league, and there was no one offense in the league. So at the year between us and Seattle, been number 1 and number 2, back and forth every week. So we playing the Patriots, right? I said, this dude here fun. This is my first time playing him. So this year for 3 years too, man, we was locking them up, right? So Brandon LaFell, he had ran the wrong route that he told him to do. And he almost threw me a pick, but he threw it into the dirt. So I said, so me being like, I said, oh, I almost picked the goat off. Oh my goodness. So I said, you this close, Brady, you this close. He turned back around and said, F you, Slay. He was like, F you, Slay. Yeah, and he basically said, like, he ran the wrong route. He snapped on the receiver. LaFell like, hey, man, I told you to be here. You weren't there, because he went through the pick. So I'm laughing like, oh, I just got the goat, man. So I'm hot. I feel like I'm under his skin. He hot because, we was a close game. It's a big game for us. But, man, that's when I knew that people respect him on his team because, LaFell told him my bad quick. And, like, I was in the wrong spot. Like, hey, but, man, he run the show. He run the show, man. And that was one of the funniest things I like because I'm a laughy guy. I started laughing. I said, "Oh my goodness, I just got the F-bomb from Brady. I'm ready to go tell my mom, everybody this. Hey. I love this. This is the best customer I got." So,
definitely. And playing all those years in Detroit, though, you also got a chance to play with a quarterback not named Tom Brady that I think is very underrated in Matthew Stafford.
Right.
He's moving on to the Rams. What do you see from Matthew Stafford? How is he going to help the Rams? And do you think that he was kind of underrated in this game? Because they talk about playoff record, this, that, and the third, but a lot of times things weren't put in place for him to succeed, in my opinion. But what do you think?
Like I said, the only time I say that Stafford should have been the Stafford he is today was 2014 when we was number 1 defense. Like we at that time, the defense was the team. So after that year, though, the team became really like Stafford, as in the team is on Stafford back. He put the team on his back, making comeback plays, comeback drives. So we would have had that Stafford in 2014. My honest opinion, we would have been deep in the playoff and had a legit chance of winning the Super Bowl because it wasn't no running the ball on us. It wasn't nothing like that. But Stafford was just, he was year 5. He was still young, still developing, So, but the Stafford now, we had that in 14, it would have been crazy. But this one right now, man, he's an unbelievable talent. Like I think, an honest opinion, within probably like 2 or 3 years, maybe this year, he gonna have an MVP for sure.
So you think with the Rams, he gonna have a chance to be the MVP this season?
Oh, easy. I feel like the first 3 years, between these first 3 years, he'd be an MVP. My honest opinion, because I know the work ethic he put in, and now the fact that he got the defense that we was in 2014 that he playing with now, he's gonna have too many chances to win the game, and then with the ability to make comeback games when needed, he go do it. And if the defense holding out, he go put up 30 points every game. Because he just got that. He got a talented receivers. He got a young running back, great O-line, veteran receivers, like year 7 and up, no young guys really. And the defense gonna hold their own. You know, they were the best defense in the league last year, so they expect to do the same this year again. So I feel like, you know, he got a chance to go in, you know, be an MVP. I ain't gonna say Super Bowl because he in the North and I'm in the North, so he got to beat me.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? No, but I got a strong feeling, man. Within 3 years, if not even earlier, he'll be MVP of this league.
Hey Slay, I gotta throw this your way. You know, we can't get out of here without me asking you this, brother. You, when I said what I love about you, notice Slay, I always hit you because you the realest. You're gonna be straight up and honest. You seen Calvin, fam. You know Calvin.
I know him.
You seen DK. Head up.
Yeah.
And you wasn't afraid to give the young brother his props, like, yo, respect.
Yeah.
Tell me, because a lot of people trying to put him on the same level, fam. I'm a little biased towards Calvin now. They trying to put him on the same level. DK is a dog, but to me, he ain't Calvin. But talk to me about similarities and differences. Is it justified when people compare DK to Calvin? Because I'm gonna lean on you, man. You know what these boys like firsthand.
Yeah, man. DK, great ability, man. Talented as I don't know what, man. Big, fast. The only thing I say about DK is the fact that Calvin can like stop and start as in if he was 5'5". You know what I'm saying? Getting out of breaks, in and out of cuts, running routes, digs, catching everything. And Calvin, and the thing I say is separating the guys with hands. Like people don't understand, like Antonio Brown is a great receiver, but if you watch Antonio Brown catch the ball, he catching up with his chest, everything hit him in the chest, boom. He cuffing it. And guys, to me, is that, you know, I can't say they can't catch because it's considered a catch, but they don't have hands. You ever seen Hopkins catch? Everybody say he got the best hands because he catch everything in front of him in his face. Right. And I say with DK is that he does a lot of things with his catching with his body because he's big. He shields the DB, which is good for him. But I like receivers that's in with hands. And Calvin, that's what he had, legit hands. Like, so he running through the dead, he go catch it, continue to run. Deep ball, he catching at the highest point. Like you know, DB is taught to attack that ball at the highest point. Calvin attacks the ball at the highest point. Calvin, you know, when I played against him, we went against DK, you know, even though he was winning his routes, he was only running fade, post, and slants. And that's what a guy that can, that to me, that tells me a guy that can't stop, that don't know how to stop.
Right.
You know, but Calvin, Calvin will give you comebacks, curls, digs, goals, slant hitches. He gonna give you whatever you want to give. Like you want to give me whatever post corner, down this and the he gonna give you everything in the book. And DK young, so he gonna learn as he get older. You know, running routes more crispier. Which I mean, if you're a professional, he want to correct his own stuff. You want to get better at that too. Not taking the credibility away from nothing he does, but what he does is amazing. But when you that big, and he's big and fast and strong. You know, they use him to his best ability, but it's a big difference. No, I'm not saying he close in body size, but say he the next Calvin, totally disrespectful to Calvin, to me, my opinion. But no disrespect to DK because, like I said, he deserved what it is. I know I heard he look up to him, but he's a dog though. But Calvin was another. Like I'm saying, like I done seen this man moss 5 dudes in the back of the end zone, Cincinnati. Like, come here.
Yeah.
Hey, is there a crazy play with Calvin that you was like, dog, this is fake? Like, this is not the real NFL, bro. Like, how did you do this?
That's what I'm saying. When we played against Cincinnati, man, this man literally, if we do it in practice, though, that's what they practice in practice. If Stafford don't got nowhere to go and Calvin going deep, he said, I don't care how many people on him. If the team not on him, I'm throwing it. That's how Calvin, that's how Stafford thought. at the time. So he throwing it up in the air. Boom. Like I said, Cincinnati running the post. I'm telling you, you got Reggie Nelson. You got Pat-Man. You got, what's the dude, number 43? I forgot his name. Baca? He's like,
Ibaka, 6'4", 6'4"
6'4".
safety.
Like I'm saying,
Big
like
body.
giants, big boys. You see Calvin climbing over top both of them. Tough to like 70. I'm like, this is unreal. Like I'm witnessing this. Like this is crazy. Like, oh my goodness. Then he came back the following week, Dallas. Went for the record, then in 300 yards. I'm talking about like, this man is crazy. I'm like, this man is crazy. He can't do this. Like, this is unreal. And I say my whole rookie year, he used to whoop my ass every day.
That's the only way.
And my D coordinator that's with me now, that was with me, Swartz, was my head coach at the time. Man, he had me guarding that man. I was on the number 1 defense, and I had to be on scout team. Had me guard that man every day. And talking about a confidence shocker, like he would kill my confidence every day. I said, y'all need to let me make a play. He would not. He was dogging me every day. I loved it though.
That's the only way to get better, man. You got to trial by fire. But you mentioned Schwartz, and now that you're in Philadelphia, was he one of the main reasons why you went to Philly? What was that thought process like when it was time to pack up and leave Detroit and take your show on the road, take your talents elsewhere?
Okay, well, I was getting a lot of calls that wanted to trade in. So, I had Vegas, Dallas, and a couple of other teams. Had a couple of good teams. So,
no, you passed up Dallas, dog. You passed up the Stars.
I ain't want to go to Dallas ever since they cheated us in 2014.
Ooh, man, you gotta let that go, man. Jerry paid good now. You gotta let that go, Phil.
So my boy Fletcher, I already knew Swartz, but I knew Swartz was a D-line guru. He liked the defense to be the D-line dominance because, like I said, in Detroit, he built the D-line team because we had Sue, Nick Fairley, Ziggy Ansah. We had some dogs up front. So I said, and at that time, we was number 1 defense. And at that time, we led the NFL in picks and all kind of stuff. So I said, man, be back in a defense that attack with the front, that get after the quarterback, I could see, get the ball more. But at that time, not knowing his scheme was more like all kind of like manish stuff, like so, which is cool. But it's like a man playing, but on the rushing forward, that's kind of hard. I feel like you should always, add extra man. If you go play man, but rush forward. But in Detroit at that time, we was playing, a lot more ball. So I was seeing the ball a lot. Everybody was seeing it. So that's why we let the league in the pitch, because the ball was coming out fast before people, but we seen the ball. But yeah, man, it had a lot to do, a little bit of sports, but a lot of it, my boy Fletcher Cox, we went to Mississippi State together. We came in together at Mississippi State. We both in the same high school class. He left earlier than I did. And he just called me and like, man, you need to come here, man. We need you. We've been a playoff team. We've been, contenders. I said, you know what? That's the best thing for me to do. And I did, Fortunately, we didn't do that this year, be a contender with nothing, because we had a lot of injuries and stuff like that. But, that got to change quick.
Slay, man, before we get you out of here, we always like to have a little fun. So we call it kind of the club story or the moment, okay? So for me, I was in Minnesota one time. Black Eyed Peas was in there and Prince walked through that bad boy. I thought it was a dream. The dude floated across the floor with some high heels on, bro. And he just went across the floor, fam. We had people running to Mike Tyson, and they loved that. It was like an awe moment. Running to Nia Long. B had a couple wild moments of himself, but like, yo, like, hey, I'm a player or whatever, but I'm a fan of who I'm seeing. And like, you looking around like, yo, this night is crazy, Drummond, had a dance with Rihanna. We can go down the line, man. Is there a moment in your head that you could walk us through that stands out where you're like, dog, like, where am I at right now?
Shoot, man. My first time in live in Miami. My first time.
Tell me it was Sunday. Was it Sunday?
Of course.
Was it Sunday?
Of course it was Sunday.
Live on Sunday.
So my first time actually, I went to a good bit of Wayne concerts before, but that's from the far. Wayne had a section right next to mine. It was Wayne, and then Drake was on the other side of me. Then we had this is a Young Monday night. They had Nikki over there. This was Nikki just getting popping like crazy. Then you had guys, all the NFL stars coming out too. So this is me as a rookie. So one of my biggest favorite corners was Joe Hayden, and he was right here in front of me. So I'm like, dude, it's Joe Hayden. So I'm starstruck really by Joe Hayden because he's one of my favorite corners. So I'm like, boy, this is not it. Like I'm living this life. Like, but all the boys got ice on. I'm over here with just a plain Jane little necklace. I'm like, I ain't fit for this. And like, I need
like Friday.
I gotta do something. Like I feel like I shouldn't even be here. And and they were sitting there just performing, passing the mic around, like Wayne taking his turn and Drake bringing out his, then Nikki, then they doing a little big clap. I'm like, this is crazy. Like, what? I'm like, man, I mean, this is what the NFL do to me. Oh Lord, I need to see this moment every day. So I had one of my favorite rappers ever. I feel like the GOAT. Then I had my favorite DB in front of me. Then we had Drake. Drake right now is Drake who he is. So it's like he was really popping like that still too though. So it was crazy, man. That was one of my special moments. Man,
Killer. You should have invited me, Slay. Your big fella would have been there.
Boy, you ain't going to the club. Stop.
Hey, fella, in spirit. I'd have been there in spirit, Slay. I'd have been there in spirit. I'd have been texting like, hey, dog, send me a photo. Send me a video. Who there, man?
Got you.
Well, shoot, Slay. We want to get you out of here. We appreciate you, brother. But even one thing we do bigger with our fans in the audience, man, where can we support you? Obviously on the field, fantasy football. Go ahead and pick up the Eagles defense because Slay about to get it in. But where can we support you? Any foundations? I know I seen the website, a couple things. Where can we support you, Slay?
Man, I mean, only thing I really got up right now is, man, it's just basically kind of, I got my program back at home, coastal outreach. It's just a little thing I do back home for kids. Got a little student center. So,
Where's home? Specific.
Brunswick, Georgia.
Okay,
Brunswick,
yes, sir.
Georgia.
Yes, sir.
So just, appreciate the little good. A shout out, to the coastal outreach. That's my little program I do for the kids. The tutoring and I get on board. But other than that, man, I just appreciate being on here helping y'all out.
I appreciate you, man. Hey, I'm gonna have to give me a big Slay shirt. I didn't seen the hoodie and the fitteds. I need an XLT though. You know what I'm saying?
We can get you one.
The size right.
We can get you one.
Yes, sir.
We
appreciate you, bro.
We appreciate you taking the time, man. Definitely
I appreciate y'all.